Yes?
Let's see.
Sure.
Blasted armor. This way, right?
Zarek guides me.
Let's see.
Good.
A fine
move.
plan.
Now would you look at that?
Huh?
Another one. How often do you want me to tell you? I'm not a spy, and I'm not with Purity.
Wait, you're their leader, aren't you? Corporal Tahar.
Yes.
Well, then maybe you can tell these fools to let me go. Blazes, I knew it was stupid to take that job.
So, who are you, and what are you doing in Farland's Hope?
As I told this bloody brute who captured me, I'm just a courier, and someone paid me to deliver a message to a Corporal Tahar. I had no idea it was the Corporal Tahar, and had I known, I would have told that guy who gave me the job to sod off.
Who was it?
Well, he was wearing a hood, so he obviously didn't want to be recognized, but he had a brown beard, was about your height, and had, I don't know how to put it, a certain sadness in his eyes.
But he didn't look dangerous and paid good coin, so I took it.
Can I see this message?
Finally, someone who asks. Yes, it's in my coat pocket, and no, there's no poison in there to kill you.
Let me see. A meeting in Everlight. From a friend.
A friend, you see? Can I go now?
Yes, go.
Thank you, Corporal. Thank you. Now, don't get me wrong, but I want to get out of here as soon as possible. Do you think your guards will let me through?
They will. Stay safe.
I'll try.
Here we go.
Tahar, over here!
Bertrand? What, did you send the message?
Well, otherwise I wouldn't be here, would I? And no, this isn't an ambush. The Harbinger doesn't know I'm here, and if he found out, well, it would get unpleasant. Look, Tahar, I don't know where to begin. I'm so sorry for what Lacane did. Taking your mother, trying to kill you? It's horrible.
Did you know?
No, I didn't. He always spoke very highly of you, even though you were a mage. I don't think anyone within the Purity knew the bigger picture. But now that I do, it makes sense. He needs the power of the Shaper Woman to open the gate. I just don't understand why he would try to kill you. By guiding the Harbinger to the Shaper Woman and ending the Bloodburn, you serve the All-Father, just as he foresaw it.
The Shaper Woman is my mother.
I know, and I can imagine how hard this is for you. But she was also responsible for the Bloodburn.
Then why are you here? Have you broken ties with the Purity?
What? No, of course not. I'm here because I'm worried about you. I know what you are planning to do, taking back Greyfell. You can't win this, Tahar, and all you will achieve is cause even more suffering. Aeonir will return. It's a divine plan, and it is the Purity's responsibility to see it through. The longer you struggle, the more bloodshed you will cause.
We will cause? We aren't the ones hunting down mages, conquering cities, and forcing our faith down other people's throats.
Blazes, Tahar! Do you really think this is easy for me? I know we were forced to do some things you might have trouble understanding, but it is for the greater good. As the Harbinger once said, this world, it's like an ulcer, a cancerous growth. The only way to change it is by cutting off the ulcer, and that is always painful. So yes, I know there are people who might consider us evil, but that's because they don't see the bigger picture. They don't see the beauty that lies ahead if only we cleanse this world and open the gates. In 100 years from now, we will be remembered as pioneers, as heroes, whereas you will be the ones who stood in the way of change, only because you refused to see the truth.
You don't even have proof, for heck's sake. All you have is some madman's prophecies of some vague fantasy world, and yet you use it to justify the murder of thousands.
It's not a fantasy! Damn it, Tahar! If you would have seen what I have, you would fall down on your knees and ask the All-Father for forgiveness for what you just said. But it's always like that. The key to a peaceful world was always in our hand, yet we don't use it, simply because we refuse to see.
Well, I hate to break it to you, but there is no solution. The Harbinger attacked Molendir, and his intent is to hunt down every single mage on Io. We have no choice.
You do. You could run.
What?
I said you could run. You and your friends. Disband your army, go into hiding, conceal your magic until it is all over and the All-Father has returned. The waves will calm. I just know it. Then you will see that we were right, and no one else needs to die.
What would the Harbinger do if I told him of this meeting?
You wouldn't do that. You wouldn't stab someone in the back who tried to help you.
Apart from the ones who refuse to give up, or who are unlucky enough to be hunted down by your Lightbringers.
They could do the same. And if only they had a hint of reason, they would. Only a fool tries to fight the troll with a sword made of wood.
I can't, Bertrand. I don't get how you don't see this. But the Purity is a threat for all of you. I can't and won't let them murder more people.
Well, I had a feeling you would say that. Then it seems the only way to settle this is more bloodshed. I never imagined it would ever come to that, you know? And I hope it hadn't.
Sure.
Fine.
let us make this quick.
When the sun shines onto the turquoise marble of Old Halayish, it is difficult not to admire the greatness of what was once the largest Hibernian city on Io. Only the story of its creation may dampen an explorer's enthusiasm. Like most Hibernian cities, it was built on the backs of slaves.
Up ahead, that's Merilith.
Not saying you are wrong, but maybe now wasn't the best time to cause turmoil among your people, don't you think?
There was no way I could have known this would happen.
Maybe not. Maybe you could have. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Seems your allies have arrived. You're Tahar, aren't you? Silverhand is pleased to meet you.
Careful, Tahar. This man's aura is overwhelming.
It is indeed, but that doesn't mean he wants to harm you.
He?
Him. Silverhand. The man you were talking to.
Okay. What was that? Did you just...
Send you a message. Yes, he is a dreamweaver. But don't worry, it doesn't mean that he can read your thoughts. All he can do is transfer them to you, and only if you're close by.
Who are you?
Just call him Silverhand. Most people do. He's a friend of the elves, you might say, particularly of the brown blood Moorhere kind. And he's here because his friend Varden Merilith told him they had gotten themselves into trouble once again. Arlen Finrior, the first scryer of Lathwin, has disappeared.
Ran off? I think that's a better way to put it. But let's talk in the outpost. Follow me.
All right. So, where do we begin? The corruption hit again, harder than before.
But why? We cleaned the pools, didn't we?
You did, yes. But as it turns out, that was only temporary. After you left, the corruption came back with a vengeance. So far, we have lost over a dozen hunters to it. Then, one night, Arlen Finrior ran off, just like that.
Why would he do that?
Well, he left a note. To cure the corruption.
There's more to it, though. Silverhand hasn't told Varden yet, but he can feel it.
I see. So you're here to find Arlen, is that it? And that's what you need our help for?
Yes, despite Silverhand and his mages, the jungle turns out far more perilous than anticipated. There's corrupted, there's those beasts, and there's purity, as they like to style themselves. Silverhand would call them self-important blockheads.
So what do you need us to do?
The same you did in Leafshade. Find the cause of the corruption and end it. And of course, find Arlen if he's still alive. If we don't settle that matter, we don't have a choice but order the troops we provided you with back to us.
Not to mention that the corruption might spread, which, after this land just lived through the Bloodburn, would be an unfortunate development indeed.
Any idea what the Purity is doing here?
None. They seem to be peaceful, as far as that can ever be said about them. Maybe you'll find out.
All right. I'll scout the jungle for traces of Arlen and the source of the corruption. You stay here and make sure your camp is safe.
Good to hear. Thank you, Tahar. I mean it. We'll hold our position.
Though Silverhand might reach out to you every now and then. We shall see.
Fair enough. Stay safe.
Yes?
Yeah.
So, that man can talk in our thoughts.
So it seems. He's a dreamweaver, like Iana.
I don't like this. Not at all.
Not yet! By Nihalf. Did you see that?
The fog killed them. Could that be...
The center of the corruption. Yeah, it could be. It emanates the same magical signature as the pools and leaf shade.
Tahar? Silverhand just sensed something. Death. Are you all right?
I am. We found the source of the corruption. At least, I think so. We'll head back to your camp now.
Oh, excellent.
Silverhand.
It was. Blazes. That's a lot of them.
Corporal?
Zarek guides me.
Now would you look at that?
Silverhand said you found the cause of the corruption. Is that true?
I think so. There's a thick reddish mist spreading all across the middle of the jungle. It kills whoever walks into it.
Any sign of Arlen?
I'm afraid not. But we saw the purity in the jungle. They seem to be oblivious to what the mist does.
Silverhand sees. Well, they are not our priority right now. The purity will be dealt with once we've cleared the corruption. Be that as it may, it seems they are not getting anywhere without clearing up that mist.
Maybe there's something you and your winter mages could do about it?
No. No, Silverhand cannot. But he thinks there's someone who can.
You don't sound too happy about it.
Yes, well, he is a complicated character, and that's putting it mildly. He's a priest of Nor.
A dark elf?
Yes, but save for him, Silverhand can't think of anybody who could help us otherwise. You'll need to find him and bring him here. He lives in the old monastery.
The old monastery? What's that?
You don't know. It was once an old cloister devoted to the Guardians, but it burnt down in the War of the Six Races. And it's deserted now, save for a few pilgrims and devoted priests who still live there.
So I'm guessing you want me to go there and convince that seer to come here.
Wraith. His name is Wraith. But yes, that is what he would ask you to do. Silverhand knows you've traveled far already, but unless you know another way to deal with that mist, Wraith seems to be our only option.
All right, I'll try. Whatever's necessary.
Give up.
Once an imposing monument to the Guardians, the old monastery was destroyed by a tribe of orcs during the War of the Six Races. Though plans to restore it to its former glory have been voiced by the Crown ever since, it remains a ruin to this day. Instead, every Guardian's clergy pledged to send one priest to the monastery to tend to the pilgrims who still travel there in search of serenity, or sometimes a miracle.
Okay, according to the map, the old monastery should be up ahead. We need to find this wraith, and we need to do it fast. Who knows how fast that corrupted fog will spread?
Then let's go.
Huh? Alright, why not?
Tiara's breath! Help! Someone! Somebody help me! By the Guardians. Thank you. That was a bloody close call. You certainly aren't a priest. Are you a pilgrim?
Not really.
Oh. Then what brings you here? Not the best time to travel across EO, I'm afraid.
I'm looking for a dark elven priest. Any idea where he could be?
Ah, yes. That Wraith fellow. He's south of the old monastery. But a word of warning, he's not the most talkative of folks.
I see. Thanks.
It's the least I can do. Anything else?
What were you doing all the way out here?
Me? Oh, just plucking berries for today's meal. Lately, the wildlife has gone pretty crazy, though. I wonder if that has anything to do with this blood burn everybody was talking about a moon ago.
That's all. Thanks for your help.
You're welcome, child. May Hiran's winds carry you swiftly.
That's the way?
Good move.
Understood. Got it.
Huh. Intriguing.
Will do.
Fine.
For the fire wielders! Fine.
Sure.
Interesting.
Sure.
As you want.
Let's see. Understood.
All right, why not?
Fine.
Said Henry. There was no way I could have known. We needed to try.
Yeah, it's just like we tried with the woman and her rosaries and that old guy with his crystals.
This was different, boy, and you know it. Galvin's son came here after his fall from that roof, and 3 weeks after coming here, he was able to walk again.
Yes, because his body healed itself. Blaze's father, just think for a change. The Guardians made me the way I am. Do you really think they have been waiting for 17 years now to send us a miracle and form some weird water-selling priest? It's ridiculous.
You're such a cynic. Another traveler. Did you also come for Nathaniel and his holy water? If so, don't even bother. He's a charlatan.
Huh?
Never mind.
No. Wait. You people look like you can defend yourselves, right?
Why? What happened to you?
The short version? My father heard stories about a holy priest of Tiara who sells holy water from a holy fountain, but can apparently cure my disability.
Son, it wasn't that simple.
As it turned out, that holy priest was a charlatan. We paid most of our savings for his cleansing water, and of course it didn't do anything. Now we're broke, that is. Unless you could help us.
This is not their responsibility, Henry. Thank you for listening, but we should go now.
Wait, tell me more.
But what? Would you rather come back to Mother without a single sodding coin in your pocket? Let that fucking bastard get away?
Watch your language, son. Whatever happened, we are on holy grounds here.
Yes, Father. I know.
Can you tell me more about this holy water?
Well, only what I've already told you. It comes directly from a fountain near the old monastery, and drinking it has the power to heal. And yes, I know how this must sound to you, but as I said, there have been numerous reports of people getting cured. Our neighbor's son who fell and broke his back, an old man who even regained sight.
But there's no way of knowing these healings actually happened. And even if they did, it might have simply been coincidence. Alchemy cures diseases like magic does, but not this nonsense.
Sometimes the Guardians intervene too. But other than that, the boy is right.
Well, maybe you're right. It did not work after all. But I don't know. This man simply didn't seem like a liar to me.
Huh. Why don't you talk to this priest instead?
Well, I don't know. I guess because you can call me many things, but not imposing. I'm an architect, not a warrior like you. Also, it's just a pouch of coin. He tried his best, so did we, and it didn't work. That's just the way the world works sometimes.
What's wrong with Henry?
Oh, he has the palsy. He was never able to walk or do any physical labor. Since then, my wife and I have tried everything to cure him, but it didn't work. Though that, of course, doesn't mean we've given up.
Actually, I think it will be better. It's just the way I am, and no amount of holy water and sermons is going to change that.
Come on, Henry, don't say that. The moment you surrender is the moment you lose, as Neathalf always says.
All right. Let me see if I can talk to that priest. Where is he?
Are you?
Yes, we are. That man is in the south. His name is Nathaniel, and he's a priest of Tiara, so you should recognize him. And thank you.
Fine, if you think it helps.
Zarek guides me.
Interesting. Greetings. Are you Nathaniel?
Yes, that would be me. How may I help you?
I had a chat with an elf called Nihilus. He was here with his son, and he told me that you sold him some healing potion that didn't work. Now they hardly have the money to return to Everlight.
Ah, yes, I remember him. The architect with a crippled boy. He was very generous indeed. I'm saddened the potion didn't work, but there's not much I can do. And yes, I accepted a donation and I gave him a vial of healing water in return. I never specified the amount of said donation.
Huh. So how do you explain why the holy water didn't work?
Well, the Guardians work in mysterious ways. We never promise that the water will work on everyone, but it does work though. Be sure of that. I've seen it with my own eyes. I saw lepers tearing off their robes to reveal a healed body. Blind men seeing the colors of the leaves for the first time in their lives. So how could we deny these soul-seeking help a chance at something so wonderful?
These cases you mentioned could simply be a coincidence.
Yes, I have considered that. But the Guardians work in mysterious ways. All we priests can do is serve them and bring their gifts into this world. Whether they choose to perform a miracle or not is their choice.
Wait, you said that the donations are voluntary. That doesn't make any sense. Why would anyone give up their life savings just like that?
The followers make their donations at their own discretion. Yes, everyone has to make a donation before drinking from the Blessed Spring, but we always ask them to donate whatever they can afford. It is not our intention to destroy lives. Some followers believe that bigger donations result in more grace from the Guardian, and yes, obviously this isn't true, and we do all we can not to perpetuate this misconception. But that does not stop people from doing it.
All right, I think I've heard enough. Well, if you're saying the truth, then you're not to blame. Thanks for clearing that up. And sorry for accusing you.
You have nothing to apologize for. Nihilus only did what he thought was best for his boy, and we should not judge him for his desperation. Wait a moment. Here, please give him this. It's just a bit of gold, but it should be enough for a carriage to Everlight. And again, I'm sorry the Blessed Spring couldn't help. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Good move.
Blasted armor.
All right, so I talked to the priest. Seems he gave you the real holy water, and it simply didn't work. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't.
Yes, that is what I expected.
What about the gold? Did you get it back?
Only a part of it. The priest actually gave it to me voluntarily. He told me that the price you paid, Nihilus, was a donation.
You... what?
You're in no position to question me, son. I only did what I thought was right.
Right. Putting our family in debt for some stupid vial of water? What? Did you think the more gold you sink into that fountain, the more interested Tiara would be to pay me a visit?
Well, maybe you're right. It was a stupid idea. But at least we got enough money to afford the journey back now.
This way, right?
Certainly. Fine.
A pilgrim. What a nice sight. We haven't had many since that bloodburn plague broke out. How can I help you, child?
I want to know more about the guardian god Ilion.
Certainly. What exactly?
What is Ilion's duty?
Well, let me share the word of Arion with you. And finally, Arion, you will be the keeper of their knowledge. For science, research, and magic, give the people a better future. You shall record all their knowledge and achievements in a book, in which I may come to know the story of my work at the end of time.
What exactly does Ilion represent?
Knowledge, justice, and truth. He's the scholar and the judge, and lots of mages or keepers pray to him.
I see. Thank you. Goodbye.
Goodbye, friend. Safe travels.
Another pilgrim. How may I help you?
Can you tell me more about Ellen?
Of course. What do you want to know?
What is Ellen's duty?
As the All-Father spoke, daughter Ellen, travel over the land and look upon the force of life. Watch over the abundance of nature, the plants and beings of the forest. Give them water, which they require to live, and be their friend and protector. Ellen gives life. That is her duty.
What does she represent? She's the goddess of the elves, isn't she?
Most people think that, but no, she isn't. Ellen embraces all sorts of people, from noble elves to human farmers. As long as your intentions are good, Ellen has a place for you in her heart. She's the mother, the one who nurtures, the goddess of nature.
I'll be on my way.
Of course. The Guardian's grace be upon you.
A fine plan.
More travelers. What do you want?
Are you Wraith?
Who's asking?
The one who put an end to the Bloodburn.
She said with a stupid, self-important smile. You really expect me to believe that? Listen, I'm not in the mood for a chat. If it's sermons you came here for, go talk to the other pilgrims. I'm sure they can't wait to bombard you with their stupid, idiotic blathering.
We need your help. The Moorhere elves are suffering from a plague called the Corruption. They've traced down the cause of it to the Halaish runes in Leafshade, but...
Please, hold it right there.
Why?
I don't care. I'm sorry, but I simply don't. Now, is there anything else you need? No? Then thank you and goodbye.
I was told you're a priest of Nor. Is that true?
Was. Not anymore.
Why?
Blazes, what part of I don't want to talk to you didn't you understand?
What brought you here?
A quarrel with my lover. We were sweethearts once, used to make love under the silver moon, but ever since she left me I could find no peace of mind. This place provides me with that.
Really?
No.
Look, the Moorhere really need your help.
And I really don't care.
This corruption could spread. If we don't stop it, this place might soon be infested too.
Many things could happen. Doesn't mean they will. And even if that were different, the Moorhere would be the last people I'd help. They are the epitome of self-importance and arrogance. I owe them no loyalty. Now, please, move along. I have things to do.
Then we need to find another way. Let's look around.
Good luck with that.
Now we do.
Yes?
I'll be off.
Huh? Can I help you? I haven't seen you here before, have I?
Can you tell me anything about Wraith?
What's a Wraith?
The Dark Elf.
Oh, that one. No. No, I don't think so. Not the nicest of fellas, I have to say. Always got that grim look in his eyes.
I want to know more about the Guardians. You're the priest of Shanna, aren't you? What can you tell me about her?
A lot.
What was Shanna tasked with?
Shanna, my daughter. You will grant this world benevolence and love. For your calm, soft hands shall guide themselves to the loins of many men. Wait, no. Sorry, that was, a different book.
Well, maybe I should come back later?
What? No, I'm sorry, friend. Today really isn't my day. Maybe I can help you with something else.
Who does Shanna represent?
Represents? Oh, yes, of course. Shanna is the goddess and family of love and friendship. She represents every mother and every father, and is a beacon of hope for the kettle and grind.
What?
Oh, sorry. I meant beacon. Beacon of hope for the gentle and the kind. Forgive me, that wine... It does strange things to my, tongue.
Goodbye.
Sure. May you feel safe in Shauna's love like a dumpling wrapped in bacon.
Zalraka.
Now would you look at that? A fresh face. What can I do for you?
Can you tell me anything about Wraith, the Dark Elf?
That's his name? No, I'm afraid I can't. He's not the most sociable of fellows.
All right. Thanks nonetheless. You're a priest of Nihalf, aren't you? Can you tell me more about him?
Sure, what would you like to know?
What is Nihalf's duty?
That one's easy to answer. Nihalf, your strength shall form and harden them. You will grant them the power to survive. For this world will not be without dangers. Within the earth, you shall form their souls in your forge and grant them courage and truthfulness, willpower and strength. Nihalf is the epitome of strength and success through hardship. He reminds us that we may have to go through the fire to become a better person.
What does Nihalf represent?
You don't know? Strength, craftsmanship, and courage. He's the god of the warriors and the smiths. And of course, the dwarves, such as myself.
Goodbye.
Guardian's grace be upon you.
Huh? Let's see.
Interesting.
Oh, hello, stranger. You're not from these parts, are you?
No, I just arrived. You're a priest of Tiara, aren't you? I recognize that crest.
Well observed. Yes, I am.
Do you know anything about that dark elf? Why is he here?
Oh, I'm afraid I wouldn't know about that. He's very taciturn. But you've probably noticed that yourself.
Look, I really need his help. A lot of lives depend on it. Can you think of any way to convince him?
I don't know. I've seen him pray at an altar in his shack some time ago, so maybe if you go there... but no, you shouldn't do that. Not without him knowing.
Okay. I don't think we have a choice. Let's take a look at Wraith's shack.
Read a book.
What?
I said read a book. I'm not here to answer your questions. I've done nothing else for the past 5 years, and it starts to get boring.
I'm not even here for knowledge. I want to know more about that dark elf.
Then ask him.
I tried. He's, reserved.
Well, hard luck, I guess. I can't help you with that.
But you're a priest. Isn't it your, I don't know, your job to spread the word of the Guardians?
I devoted my life to Zerbo, the god of laughter, of dance, of music. So isn't that what I should be doing? But no. Instead, that goddamn high priest sent me to this godforsaken grove to stand here all day, smiling and talking like a damn courtesan. And of course hoping that the few soldiers who come by don't decide to beat you to a pulp just because they feel like it. I'm just glad those white-robed fanatics haven't come here yet. Once they do, I'll be off. Sod Zerbo, my life is more important.
I won't bother you anymore. Stay safe. Got it.
Yes, of course.
If you insist.
Yes? Is someone there?
Oh, you're blind?
I guess I am. But I can still answer your questions, Pilgrim. What have you come here for?
Do you know anything about the Dark Elf?
Ah, yes, Wraith. He's a lost soul, just like many Heron has guided. But he refuses to open himself to the truth.
What do you mean?
Oh, I could tell you. But he has trusted me with his secrets, and I do not wish to betray his trust. If he doesn't tell you himself, then I'm afraid there's nothing I can do.
A lost soul who refuses to see the truth. Huh. That's not much, but something. Maybe we should go back to Wraith and ask him what it means.
I doubt that'll help.
You're a priest of Heron, right?
I am.
What is his duty?
He's the messenger. As Aenir, the All-Father, said, Heron, you will be the messenger who brings them the good and the bad. You shall lead the souls of the dying into the halls of death, and newborn souls to life. Sleep, death, and dreaming, but also happiness and health will be your wares. May they both fear and love you.
What does Huron stand for?
Oh, Huron is many things. He's the wind around us, the time we live in, the dreams that come to us at night. And he's the one who brings both death and life to our souls. The nomads pray to him, the homeless, the poor, and the elders. He's the god of those who've been lost and who seek solace.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, friend. May Huron's winds guide your feet.
That's the way?
Zarek guides me.
Yeah.
Let's take a look around. What's that? An altar?
Huh. Looks more like a memorial to me.
Huh. A drawing. A boy and a woman.
Oh. That's... well, that's tragic. His family?
Maybe. We should go talk to him.
Huh?
Fine.
Yes.
I talked to the priest of Huron. He mentioned something about you being a lost soul.
Well, we can agree on that.
If you tell me what happened to you, then maybe I can help you.
Thank you, but no. I doubt you can.
Tiara's breath. Just let me try.
Blazes, when did you make everybody else's life your responsibility? I said I don't want your help, so why is it so hard for you to accept that? Now please, just leave me alone, for heck's sake. Stop being such a nuisance.
We found the memorial. And the drawing. Was that your son?
Claws of Nor. You're really starting to get on my nerves, you know that? Who the heck do you think you are?
Look, lives are at stake here. Don't you get that? People will die if we don't stop the corruption. Men, women, children. You know what it's like to lose someone, don't you? Then why not just help us? I don't get it.
Because it's pointless. It's also goddamn pointless anyway, so why even try?
What's pointless? Why?
That boy. He was my son. The bloodburn took him, together with my wife.
The Dark Elves were affected too?
What did you think? That Nor protects us? Our white hair? Nonsense. Everybody without magic was in the line of fire.
I'm sorry. When did that happen?
6 moons ago. But please, spare me the verbiage. You're not sorry because you didn't even know them. You wanted to appeal to my better self, and it worked. Good job. So, yes, I'll come with you and take a look at that fog. If there's anything I can do about it, I will. If I can't, then bad luck. Give me some time to gather my things. I'll meet you at the mountain pass.
Good move. Fine.
Sure.
Sure.
Let's see. Understood.
something you need?
Hmm?
Huh?
Alright, why not?
As you want.
Zarek guides me.
Blasted armor.
Huh. Wraith, what a pleasure to see you.
Sure. Where is that corruption, or whatever you call it? And what is it?
It's a plague, much like the bloodburn, only that it seems to spread through nature. Whoever or whatever gets infected becomes completely crazy.
Like the rabies?
Only that it affects humans and treants too. There's a giant red fog down south, and we believe it's the cause of the corruption. But whoever enters it, dies.
Any ideas? Could that be black magic?
It's possible. I'll have to take a look at it. Can you show me?
Certainly. Tahar, could you take their new friend and Varden to the fog? Silverhand will stay here and protect the camp. The Purity has gotten more aggressive recently. They still haven't directly attacked, but there have been encounters.
All right. Yes, sure, I can take you. Follow me.
That's it. That's the fog.
I see. Yes, that's definitely black magic. Necromantic miasma, to be precise. Though it's been a long time since they were used, because they're practically uncontrollable. The last noted occurrence was during the Hibernian era.
Used? So you think someone caused this deliberately?
I don't know. If so, that someone would have needed knowledge of Hibernian rituals.
But can you cure it?
No. But let me try something. Good.
A golem? What for?
Well, to find out what's behind this, we need to get to the center of it. But since I doubt any of you would like to get that fog into your lungs, I found ourselves someone who doesn't mind. I see what he sees.
Good thinking.
Stand back. A man. There's a man, he... Norse claws. That was quicker than expected.
But you saw someone, right?
Yeah. An elf. More here, by the looks of it. Shaven head and a scar on his scalp.
Wait, Arlen? No, that's impossible. How did that scar look like?
It stretched from his forehead to the top of his head. And he had a long brown beard.
Yes. Yes, that's Arlen Finrior, our first scryer, but... I don't understand. Why is he here? How come the fog doesn't harm him?
He's controlling it.
I beg your pardon?
I said he's controlling it. It's the only explanation. And as long as he's alive and upholding the spell, there's nothing I can do about the fog.
What now?
Well, as I see it, there's only one way to end it. We need to disable him, or what he used to summon the miasma in the first place.
How?
Complicated. but let's discuss that at the outpost. Silverhand will want to be involved in this.
Arlen Finrior. That's interesting, to say the least. Do you have any explanation for this, Varden?
I don't.
What a mess. And Wraith, there's absolutely no way to protect oneself against the fog?
No.
Then what can we do?
Let me think. Right now, there's only one solution I can think of. But you won't like it.
Anything is better than nothing. Tell us.
Finrior used Hibernian necromancy to conjure that plague. We could use Hibernian necromancy to end it.
How?
By conjuring something a bit more powerful. Something that can withstand the miasma and end Arlen's spell, one way or another. However, I can't do that on my own. Hibernian necromancy is complex and not my area of expertise.
What do you need then?
Well, ideally, the grimoire of an Hibernian Valis, a shaman, but I doubt we'll be that lucky. However, Hibernian crystal shards will do too. They can help me focus. In other words, our best bet would be to look through the ruins for these.
Hibernian crystal shards? Like the ones they use for their portals?
Yes. If you can bring me a handful, that might be enough to channel my magic for the ritual.
I'm not sure. You want us to search all of Helaish just in hopes of finding those shards?
You asked me for a solution, and I made a suggestion. If you don't like it, I'm more than happy to go back to the monastery.
No. I'm sorry, this is all a bit much. Tahar, I hate to ask, but can you take care of this? Silverhand and I need to stay back and make sure the outpost is secure.
I can try.
Thank you. And one more thing. Could you also have a chat with Commander Zyla? You've won a lot of battles, and you could help us set up a proper defense.
I'll see what I can do.
Good. Again, Tahar, we truly appreciate your help.
Well, it is settled then. Tahar will search the Hibernian ruins for the shards, while we try to keep the purity and the abominations at bay. And Wraith, Silverhand believes we should have a chat. He heard what happened to your family. It's a tragedy.
If you insist.
Interesting.
Are you Commander Zyla?
Yes. And you're Tahar. Your eyes. You have something strange about you.
I get that a lot. Listen, Squire Merrillet said I should give you some advice regarding the defense of this outpost.
Advice, huh? Well, I guess you do know what you're doing, else you wouldn't still be alive, would you? Well then, I have a better idea. Why don't you just have a chat with the workers and tell them what to do? You know, where to put the barricades, towers, the usual. I think we both don't have time for lectures.
Yeah, I can do that.
Good. I trust you fully in this matter. Just make sure to have enough of our workers gather Lenya. Silverhand's mages are eating those bloody leaves like there's no tomorrow.
Lenya? What's that?
Oh, right. I forgot. You're an Everan. Lenya are the plants that grow around Aria pools. The two are very similar. Both are infused with magic. Only that Lenya plants are far more, concentrated than Aria, and humans don't know how to process it. In short, elven druids and mages need to consume it regularly for their powers.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Then do your best, Tahar. I'll do mine.
Will do.
We need to gather more wood, Scryer.
Huh?
Yes, a good idea.
The outpost has been built. We've expanded our borders.
Hmm?
Building completed.
Expansion is the key to victory.
The outpost has been built. We've expanded our borders. Building completed.
Expansion is the key to victory.
The outpost has been built. We've expanded our borders. We need to gather more wood, Scryer.
Well then.
Yes.
Sure.
You read my mind. That thing is huge.
Let's see what we can do. I need more time.
Damn it! I need healing!
Let me recover!
Damn it! I need healing!
Is this really necessary?
Look at that. Crystal shard. Just like the ones we found on the Hibernian island.
Guess we got lucky. Still 3 more to go, though. This way, right?
Scryer, our granaries are almost empty. We need more food.
A wonderful day. Ellen truly smiles upon us.
Corporal?
We will be swift. It will only take a second.
We need to gather more wood, Scryer.
You have my attention.
Huh. Intriguing.
Certainly.
What the blazes? Who are you? Are you with the white robes?
I'm with the elves. Who are you?
Me? Oh, I'm just a collector. Eden's the name. Eden Darrell.
Tahar. What do you mean, a collector?
I think he's a treasure hunter.
Well, I guess you could say that, aye. See, if you know where to look, these ruins are a gold mine. Though those purity folk and that bloody fog down south haven't exactly made my job easier in recent days.
Can I take a look at those treasures of yours? I have coin.
Oh, you mean? Ah, sure, why not? Take a look.
Building completed.
Ooh.
Building completed.